Getting started is a completely different skill than actually doing the task, and most parents don't realize that this is the reason their teen melts down at 9:30 p.m. Imagine your teen comes home from school and you remind them, "Hey, don't forget to do your essay, it's due tomorrow." They say, "Okay." Hours pass, nothing happens. Suddenly, it's 9:30 p.m., your emotionally sensitive teen is overwhelmed, panicking, and trying to start everything at once. Here's the part that wears you down. When you keep reminding them, they snap or shut down. If you give them space, they wait until the last minute. It feels like you're choosing between two bad options, which brings us to the clue that many parents miss. Getting started on the task is different than actually doing the task. And for many emotionally sensitive teens with ADHD, getting started is the hardest part. Today, I'll show you why and the simplest science-backed way to remove barriers to getting started, all without constant reminders or conflict. And it's easier than you think. My name is Dr. Michael Chayati, aka Dr. Michael. I'm a pediatrician helping parents of emotionally sensitive, easily overwhelmed teens with ADHD to rebuild connection through simple, science-backed frameworks. So let's get started. When we say you need to work on your essay, you're seeing one task. Your teen sees 10. Here's what actually has to happen before they write a single word. It could look something like this. Clear their desk, remove distractions, find their laptop, charge their laptop, log into the online portal, review the rubric, organize notes from last week, find the book they need to reference, open a blank Word document. Only then do they face that blinking cursor and the pressure of writing something good. For many teens with ADHD, their brain thinks, "This feels like too much, I'll just do it later." They wait for motivation, which predictably shows up right before something is due. From the outside, it looks like procrastination, but inside, it's a quiet form of overwhelm. Therefore, we need to separate getting started from actually doing the task. They're two different skills. I like to call this my G.P.S framework, which stands for get started, pace yourself, and self-correct. Get started is starting the task. Pace yourself is doing the task in a sustainable way, and self-correct is adjusting in the moment when veering off course. Today, we're focusing on get started, which has one simple goal. Make starting the task as frictionless as possible. And the easiest way to support get started is simple. Remove the first roadblock. Not the entire task, just the first barrier that keeps them from starting. Let's take an example. One of the most common complaints from parents is their teen waits until the last minute to start studying. Let's walk through how we can remove the first roadblock. Setting the space may look like this. Find the right notebook and have it ready. Pull out the study guide and open it to the relevant section. Open the textbook to the correct chapter and leave it open on the desk. Locate old quizzes or worksheets. Clear space on the desk. Getting a highlighter or pencil ready for easy access. Closing out any distracting tabs if they're working on their laptop. Only then can the actual studying begin. Notice how simple this is. We're not expecting them to study everything in one sitting. We're giving them autonomy, a sense of progress, and a clear starting point. Here's why this matters. Progress leads to positive thoughts, which fuels positive emotions, which results in momentum. And this is key. Emotionally sensitive teens with ADHD can be very hard on themselves, which is why momentum is so important. Small wins reshape perspective. Instead of labeling themselves as lazy or unmotivated, they begin to realize they're actually capable of starting. Let me show you a second example, because this skill isn't just about homework. Cleaning a room is a fantastic illustration. When your teen walks into a messy room, their brain sees one giant undefined mountain. Clothes everywhere, trash on the floor, clean clothes mixed with the dirty clothes, papers on the desk, who knows what under the bed. Cleaning a room is slightly different from homework because prep and doing the task overlap, but the psychology is exactly the same. They start thinking, where do I even start? This thought leads to emotional overwhelm, which kills momentum, and loss of momentum shapes their perspective to, I'll never be able to get this done. So we remove the first roadblock. Here are a few ways that could look. Let's just grab a trash bag and focus on picking up trash. We're not cleaning the entire room, just this one step. Or let's start by moving all the dirty clothes into one corner. We're not folding or putting anything away just yet. Or let's clear just this one surface so you actually have a place to work. Each of these creates a clear, visible beginning, a viable endpoint, and a sense of control. And once the starting point and endpoint are obvious, here's the cool thing. Momentum often follows naturally. Sometimes they'll keep going. Other times, removing the first roadblock is enough for today. Both are wins because your teen started. And getting started is the hardest part. Final example. This skill applies to more than your teen's homework or chores. Let's say that your teen, or even you, intend to practice guitar. Now imagine that guitar sits inside a case, in the attic, on the top shelf. You'll never touch it. But what if it's on a guitar stand in your living room, and it's beside the couch that you normally sit on every single day? You're far more likely to pick it up. James Clear talks about this in his book, Atomic Habits. The easier you make the first step, the more likely you are to follow through. So whether it's homework, cleaning a room, or practicing guitar, they all look different on the surface, but the psychology is exactly the same. When the task feels huge, the brain shuts down. When the first roadblock is removed, momentum can start. Think about the difference between a regular car and a race car. A race car is built for speed, but only if the setup is right. The engine has to be warmed, the track has to be clear. High performance requires preparation. Your teen is exactly the same way. They are capable, often more capable than they realize, but only when the starting environment is clear and the first roadblock is out of the way. Let's make this practical. Here's what you can say to help your teen. Before you start homework, let's just set things up first. We're not doing it yet, we're just getting the space ready. If it's not homework, choose one task your teen avoids and spend 3 minutes helping them remove just the first roadblock. Remember, the primary goal here is to activate momentum. Not doing the entire task, not micromanaging, just building a starting line. And you may be surprised at how often momentum appears when you take it step by step. And here's the beautiful part. As they practice this, you'll eventually shift from guiding to gently asking, "So what do you need to do to get started today?" And they may eventually discover how to get started on their own. If you want to delve in more deeply in how to use that question effectively, please check out this video on the screen, which expounds upon what we talked about here and offers practical questions you can offer to help your teen get started. Stay encouraged, stay connected, and I will see you in the next one.